Hi everyone, today we're working on the garden bed by the shed. We are reshaping it, adding some perennials, and moving a lilac shrub to the area. So let's get started. This green velvet boxwood is where the bed is going to start. And then we are just tightening up this edge here and softening it where we have a lot of moss growing. And then it's going to wrap around this section. This right here is a lilac that's not getting enough sun. So that is going to be relocated right next to the other Korean dwarf lilac we have. This right here is a bobo hydrangea. It gets 1 to 2 feet wide, 1 to 2 feet tall. Now the other lilac that we are bringing to this area is behind because it didn't have enough sun, but it should look like this, which is a dwarf Korean lilac. It gets taller and wider. It gets, I believe, 4 to 5 feet tall, 4 to 5 feet wide, but I'm not 100% on those stats. So I will look that up, and if I'm wrong, I will make a notation. So if we put the lilac here, it's going to grow bigger than this bobo hydrangea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the bobo up closer to where the new edge is going to be, and then have the dwarf Korean lilac here. Yes. So let's get started. I have no problem moving my bushes and perennials around. As long as you get enough of the root structure and you're good about watering them consistently after, then they should be fine. All right, so I think I want the bobo to be more here, and this to go here. Roland thought it was a weed, so he took the weed whacker to it. It will recover, I'm hoping, and be as beautiful as this one in no time at all.
Roland created the new edge of the garden bed, so I know exactly where to put that bobo hydrangea. Roland is loading up the UTV with the trees he just cut down. He's taking them over to the wood chipper to create mulch used for this bed today.
I'm going to take that sedum that I relocated. I'm going to put it right here. Nope. I'm going to move it over a little. Give it more room to grow. I think this bobo hydrangea is going to go right here. Let me first make sure that's centered between where the two lilacs will be. All right. Not surprised we hit a rock. Seems like no matter where I dig, I hit a rock. It's actually on the smaller side, so that's good. Perfect. Another one. Perfect. Right. So that's deep enough.
The root ball is a little high here, so I'm going to go ahead and dig some more and make sure it's level with the soil.
Some biotone starter here. Just rub it all in.
You want to make sure that you're really patting the soil down next to the root ball so that you don't have any air bubbles. And you want to make sure that if you have any clumps of soil, you go ahead and break those up.
We have leftover soil, and we're going to use that to fill the hole where the lilac is going, because the root ball for the bobo hydrangea is larger than the root ball for the lilac. All right. Some of my biotone starter fertilizer, just help those roots get nice and established. A little boost for the root system of the plant. Any clumps of soil, you want to make sure you break them up. Let's take a step back, see how that looks. We have a daylily that's running out of space, right tucked next to that lilac. So I'm actually going to take that daylily and put it where that sedum is, and then move that sedum up closer to the edge. So that's the next project we're going to work on. Usually they're not this challenging to get up. All right. Okay, so I just took up this daylily. What I could do right now is take this plant divide it into at least 4 different daylilies. I'm not going to today, but I'll show you what you do. You have this root ball here. You would just take, say, this clump, take your spade, slice it right down, and then right here, you have a whole new daylily. All right, I'm gonna get this one in the ground. Right.
I'm going to grab my bag of biotone starter fertilizer, get this daylily in the ground.
I'm going to do the same thing with the biotone starter fertilizer.
Next up is the sedum, and we are bringing that closer to the edge of the garden bed. Sedums are easy, they're no fuss, very low maintenance plants. You don't need to use biotone starter fertilizer when you get them in the ground, you just plant them and place the soil around them.
The last thing I want to do today is move some of our lamium into this zone right here. And I might actually put some back there. Lamium, also known as dead nettle, is extremely easy to divide. You just take your shovel. Right now we have tarp. I'm actually gonna expose it all the way from the tarp. I'm gonna dig up this whole clump. This lamium I put here last year. This is how quickly it spreads. Just gonna take my spade. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take this one, put it back in the original location. And then this is going to do the same thing. It's going to grow, and you can continue to divide it wherever you want to place it in your yard.
I'm going to go ahead and get these in the ground and then help Roland make some mulch. We still have a lot of limbs in a pile that we like to use for mulch from when we demoed our backyard.
Here is the end result of the garden bed around the shed. All right, everyone, we are all done for today. We edged out this garden bed here by the shed. We mulched it, sourcing wood from our property that we had after we demoed our backyard. We transplanted a lilac over here to an area where it was getting too much shade. So I think it's going to get a lot more sun here, be a lot happier, and hopefully start looking like this lilac that we have right here. We also moved this bobo hydrangea up front a little bit in the garden bed, moved around some daylilies, sedum, and lamium. So we had a lot to do today, and I hope you enjoyed watching.